Hey Rockstars, let's get into this trade idea for this coming Friday. Remember, the market will be closed tomorrow for Juneteenth. So even if we see NQ or the future markets moving, I think it's closed from what I'm seeing, but sometimes they'll be open moving with not much volume because most traders and the big institutions aren't in the office to trade. But let's take a look at what we had happen today. So as you guys saw, I sent out that trade signal for a short, which if you entered, you'd be and held, you'd be still in the money in this trade. I sent the signal somewhere around the 22,000. Even though we did have that pop up there, our stops were up here. So I'm thinking that we could, at the very least, make it down to here. This is be TP1, making it down to this liquidity zone. But then the second TP would be, this like 300 level, which I'll explain what I'll be looking for on Friday, or even tomorrow evening once the market resets. What I'll be looking for is, let's do if then statements on this one. So what I'll be looking for is if we close below this 8-hour zone here. I marked out this 8-hour zone. You can see that this zone has been really important. We had these 8-hour levels here that when the market makes moves around them, it pretty much, holds or moves up or breaks, and when it retests, it has a major reaction to it. So I'm liking these 8-hour levels. It's something that I use, but I don't necessarily take plays off of all the time, but I just make note of the 8-hour time frame. But I want to call attention to this zone here and mark it on your charts. It's the 21,962 to the 21,948. So it's a very, very small 8-hour zone, and this level has been controlling the market all week. So what I'm looking for is if we can get this candle to close below this 8-hour zone today to end the trading day today, then on tomorrow evening, once the market resets, I'll be looking for a retest of this zone to potentially see if we get some continuation down to either this level here or potentially down to this level to end the week. There's no way to tell with Fridays. They can be either major moves on Fridays or dull. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm not just going to necessarily, I'm not planning on at least entering on the tap of the retest here. I would be looking for some type of lower time frame entry signal, like a ceiling or a floor break. I would then put my stop above this 8-hour zone here initially, just for a little added protection, seeing as we have this other liquidity area here where the market's been doing this thing and pushing the market down. If we get the close below here, then we simply just wait for the retest of the zone, wait for an entry signal, or you can just simply enter off the retest. You can see here that on these retests, the market does react. So we had really big move down here. Market came back up, tapped into the zone, and then reacted pretty big. So this reaction here was a 300-point reaction, which is awesome, right? We had one here, which we're currently we had a reaction to this level here that broke. And so that's kind of why I took my additional short this morning, which I made the 5,600 on or whatever. Off of that reaction was 200 points. So you can see that the 8-hour does get pretty good reactions. And then once we actually break this level that's been holding the market all week, so we got one touch here, 3 touches here, two more touches here, another touch here, break, push down, break above, react, push up. We had this level here, which is, a little higher, but if we're able to break below this level here, I think that could be a good way to end the week and see if we finally get to push down to this level here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. That's my next trade I'll be looking for. Could be a potential 6-1 on risk reward, so that doesn't suck. But that's if we can get the momentum to finally break through this zone here, because we do have this 8-hour level here that we got to watch out for. So just pull up your 8-hour chart and then just mark up whatever you need to, and just realize that The 8 hour chart low key gives some pretty clean moves. Yeah, you gotta wait a little longer for them to trigger or for them to play out fully. But if you have the patience to wait, which we should, right? We're traders and we make money from being patient. We should be able to make something happen. So again, just to recap, assuming we get the close below here either today to end the day or tomorrow evening after that would be, let's say if we open below, I don't know if I like necessarily opening below this level here. We'd have to see definitely some price action, but I want to see a clean close below this level to end the day. And then tomorrow evening we could then wait for during Asian session or something like that for a tap of this level. There'll be plenty of liquidity to potentially push the market down to this zone. Then what we want to see from there is us close below this zone here. And then if we are able to do that, then, you know, I'd say worst case scenario, you have 3 different stop level or take profit levels. One will be here at this 630 level. The next would be here at this 450 level. And then the last one will be at the 300 level. So you have, you know, many different areas you could potentially go to call it a week, assuming we get the breakdown here. So if we don't get the breakdown here and we break above, then I have to reevaluate potential trade setups. But just wanted to let you guys know the logic behind what I did today. And if we were to zoom in a little bit more, so the first trade I entered, I closed the trade because I was up quite a bit. I was up almost like 100 points on an initial move down somewhere in here. I was up an initial like 100 points somewhere in here, and then it came back, and when I saw it on the 4 hour making a move going higher, I was just like, yeah, let me go ahead and close it. I think it was somewhere in here, and then it came back up. But then I saw that we had this 1 hour level that hadn't been retested yet. So I simply, once I saw that retest, I said, all right, let me enter. And then I just simply had my stop. I waited for a little bit of a blip back up here. I knew that with the market, with this being a level that just broke, that the market would react to it and push the market up. So I didn't enter as soon as this hour candle closed. I waited for it to pull back, and my entry was the 60 level. So then I had my stop above this previous hour candle. And then I simply just took it down to here. I knew it would get to the 9 or the 860 level. Let's see. Actually, I knew it would get to the 950 level. That's my bad. As I entered up here, I knew it would get to the 960 level based on the 4 hour. Based on the 4 hour level that was here, basically. Yeah. This like little zone here, which lines up with the 8 hour. So I just knew, since we rejected this 4 hour zone that I have marked with the blue line there, if you can see it on the 4 hour, I just knew, hey, we're gonna pop down there. Yeah, we popped up here just to simply run that resistance, but the market should push us down here. So yeah, with that, that's what I'll be looking for. Remember that 8 hour chart is low key. I think people sleep on that chart because it shows like super clean moves and super clean rejections. So just a little bit more game for you guys. So we got this, I guess we'll call this zone up here. We'll call that one right there. So we had this candle break up above, then immediately close back within the zone. And we'll actually draw it here because that's where it closed. And then it closed back below. That was a rejection. Then you see it pop up a little bit and then just tank. So you can use it to make some stuff happen. So yeah, I just wanted to put this together for you guys since the market will be closed tomorrow. Gonna be relaxing, enjoying the time with family. And then from there, getting back into it on Friday. So hopefully you guys had a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.